Hello, Vinyl Conversations group. Welcome to another Sunday of Vinyl Conversations. Hope your Sunday is going well. Well, indeed. So, Vinyl Conversation, as you all know, is where we talk about what they were really talking about in those lyrics. We are your hosts. I'm Latifa. That's Tamarisha over there. Everybody wave to
Yay.
Tamara. Hey, Tamara.
Yay.
So we talk about, whatever genre, whatever it is, we talk about it, whatever platform, we talk about it. So again, in this group, don't be afraid to speak your mind, whatever questions you have, whatever you want to say it. You can say it all in the comments because we see your guys' comments, so you can voice them in there. So let's get the let's get the legal stuff out of the way. We do not own the rights to this song. We do not own the rights to none of it. All of this is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes. So,
We do not own the rights to this music. It is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So that disclaimer is out the way, guys. We don't own any of this. We just here for y'all.
right. So we don't want to have Facebook muting our show because that's what happens when we play the song and we play it for a long period of time. Then they'll mute us. So when
Right.
you hear that stuff going on like that, that's Facebook. And
Right.
whatever record company the song is from, so like Sony or whatever,
It's a lot of stuff going
they'll
on in the
start doing that.
background. It's a lot of hate. Like we didn't tell you can use that. Delete this. What? That was a good
Right, why we gotta delete the show?
show.
So let's get into it. So we're gonna get into the song that we're playing today. Everybody ready? Everybody ready in there? All right, here we go. I said it all. Long days and nights we spent until she dropped the bomb on me. She said that she was unhappily married with children, and I wish I never met her at all. Even though I love her so, but she got love for me. But she still belongs to someone else. Yeah. Woo!
It's
Woo!
one of the
There
ones
we
like,
go.
whew, just bobbing my head. I already know the lyrics. You know what I mean?
You already know the lyrics.
I already know the lyrics. You know, like, I
so
felt, I
what? So what
felt
song is
his
that?
pain. I felt his pain.
What song is that?
Oh my bad, guys. This is this is "I Wish" by Carl Thomas. Classic. "I Wish" is a very like it is really classic. Carl Thomas put his heart out there. I don't know who wrote it, but hopefully we can find out if this was a real story or did someone write it for him. Whoever it was, yeah, they was hurt. It was hurt. When you say you wish you never met a person, you hurt.
Right. So we're gonna find that out in a little bit. We're just waiting. But yeah, go ahead, Tam. Do the first couple of
All right.
lines.
So first verse of Carl Thomas, "I Wish." It said, "It was love at first sight. I knew from the way she looked at me. Her eyes said it all. Long days and nights we spent until she dropped the bomb on me. When she said that she was unhappily married with children, and I wish I never met her at all. Even though I love her so, she got love for me, but she still belongs to someone else."
Oh, that
Um,
sounds like heartbreak.
love at first sight? Yeah, yeah. Again, I mean, last week we talked about people, being in love at first sight. Um, he said he knew from the way she looked at me. So somebody can look at you and you can know, like, That's it right there. That's the person. Her eyes said it all. So when they say the eyes say it all, it really does. I don't know about y'all, but I've been in a club, and when I'm in a club, there's no eye contact, right? Because I don't want somebody to think
All
that
right.
I'm
Okay. Well,
looking at
look,
them.
I don't mean to cut you off, but yeah, let's do this. Let's do this here.
Let's do this. Hey,
Hi.
Hey,
Because our special guest is in the
how y'all
house,
doing?
Carl
it's
Thomas.
good. How are
How y'all
you?
doing?
It's good.
We're good. How are you, sir?
Hey man, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. That means a lot. You know,
Not as much as it means to
since
us,
we were
though.
supposed to do the
That's
show last
awesome.
time until now, I've had time to kind of like do my homework, man. I really like what y'all like how y'all do it. I like how y'all get on.
You had to
Thank
do
you. Thank
homework.
you for
Oh, okay.
being on.
Yes, ma'am.
Look,
Yes, ma'am.
we appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we just did was we just played your song "I Wish" and we did the first couple of tracks there. So Tamara, if you want to go back over it, so we
So
can we
yeah,
can go ahead and
we're
get
gonna
it.
say this again because the question is,
I mean, hey, it's you the interviewer, however you want to do it.
we
It's
were we
totally
were
fine with
wondering
me.
if this happened to you in real life. Did you read? Did you write this song? I'm gonna
I
go with the
can't hear
first
you,
verse and
sweetie.
we'll get into it. Let's the first verse first, and then you'll tell us if you wrote it
Can't hear
or
your
whatever.
microphone.
Tamara,
Um.
you got to talk louder. He can't
Oh,
hear
my
you.
bad.
Yeah, I can't hear her microphone. Yeah, her mic
Can you hear me
is
now?
muted or something.
No, it's not. Let me
I
take
can
this
hear you
headphone off.
fine.
Oh, you
Oh,
talking about
I
you,
just can't.
Lie?
Yeah.
you can't take your earpiece out, Tam.
I am.
It'd probably work better like that. So
What
so
about
yeah. So
now?
what we did was
What about now? Can you hear me now?
um
My
yeah. I mean,
mic is
I can
fine.
I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, it's fine.
Oh, okay, you can
Oh,
hear me
there we
now.
go.
Okay. So first verse, right? It says it
Oh,
was
it's
love
going
at
in and
first
out.
sight.
Yeah, her audio is going in and out.
That's weird. It says it was love at first sight. I knew from the way she looked at me. Her eyes said it all. Long days and nights we
Can you
spent
hear?
until she
Yeah,
dropped the bomb on
Tamara,
me.
You
Yeah.
can hear her, but I can't.
I'll I'll do it because something's wrong with your audio. You might have to like come back in and then come back out, and I'll put you
All right.
back in.
All right, go ahead. I'll be back.
Okay, so yeah, so pretty much what we did was
By all means, proceed though.
yeah. So what we did was at first we just played the first couple of lyrics of the song, and so it was love at first sight. I know from the way she looked at me, her eyes said it all. Long days and nights we spent until she dropped the bomb on me when she said that she was unhappily married with children, and I wish I never met her at all. Even though I loved her
Yeah,
so, she got love for me, but she still
yeah,
belongs to someone else. So like,
yeah.
what was going on with with this here? It's like
Nah,
this heartbreak.
it was just one of those situations where, um, you know, the 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 song fit the situation. You know what I mean? And Mike City brought it about, and we were able to finish it together and make something great. Now, the funny thing about that is that that's stuff you used to hearing from women. You know what I mean? It's not usually
Yes.
things that
Yes.
it's not things that you used to hearing from guys. So it was really like just fresh to really know that guys go through it too. It's not just a female problem. It's just kind of like, man, sometimes you wish you would have seen the exit sign first, no matter how good it is. For real.
Right. It was definitely. Can you hear me now? I want to make sure that you can hear
And
me.
there's that audio again. That audio problem.
You can't
Oh,
hear
it's
me.
still messing you up. Oh
That
wow.
is terrible. I don't like it here.
All right, try try putting your earpiece in. But right, so it was just a thing to where it just sounded like heartbreak though. Like
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
like, okay, so the person was in love with this person, but the person was with someone else. So this is just
right.
women that experience this, but like you said, men experience it too, and it's good that you're actually able to say this in this song. So
When
it
I
wasn't
put that
personal
record,
experience.
when I put that record out, I mean, I saw like at the shows, it was really the demographic. It was kind of hard for me to understand because it was black lip, chip tooth, just got out of prison thugs. And I wish. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It was like I kind of had to get used to seeing that.
You were the
Uh,
spokesperson. You were the spokesperson for men when you came out with this song. Like you said, it's for women. So
Okay,
when
that audio, it's still that audio,
I don't know
that
what's
audio
happening.
issue. Oh,
that is so odd that we can.
it popped in.
Oh, you just
What about
muted yourself.
Yeah, I
what
know,
about
but
now?
I'm trying to figure
What
out
about
this
now? Is it
little,
better?
I mean, we can hear
uh,
you on this end, but
Uh,
but no, she pretty much said that you were like the spokesperson for men. Oh wait, he
my
got it.
God,
Oh, what happened? You on you? The camera's gone
you
from you.
got
Okay,
it.
there it is. Yeah. So no, so she pretty much said you were the spokesperson for men with this song.
I felt like the spokesperson. I felt like that. I felt like I
it's
was the one.
true.
I felt like I was doing like commercials. Carl Thomas and the Heartbreak commercials. You know what I mean? It's like,
Listen, when what was it? Jay-Z song and he
man,
did
I
a
wish I could
shout
have
out.
hear that audio.
Jay-Z did
I
a shout
wonder why
out
I
and he was
can't hear it.
like,
But you can hear me clear though.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you
I can
fine
hear
and
you.
clear. I can
Okay,
hear you
look,
fine and clear.
we're not about to have this. So right, so yeah, let's just go. We'll go on to the next part of the song.
Okay,
So
all right.
in the lyrics, you say she chose to stay at home so they could be a family for the children. But what about me? So even though you loved
Yeah.
her, yeah. So she belonged to someone else. So what's that dynamic? Even
Well,
like what do you do?
I think that really a lot of people really missed the point of "I Wish."
Hmm.
A lot of people really did because um, there are certain aspects of it that are so extremely obvious that you really kind of missed the big point. The big point of "I Wish" is no matter how hard you try, you cannot control who you fall in love with. You can
Right.
control how you love them from a from close or from a distance. You can control how you love them, but you can't control who you love. And that was really the point of that whole record. And it was just like one of those things that it's like, well, look, if you ever want to hear God laugh, make plans. You know,
Nah, I'm gonna
it's
shut
just
down. I'll
like,
be back. All
just
right.
like that. So it's like you can't. I mean, a lot of people, most of us, truthfully, most of us really are control freaks. When it comes to our own lives, most of us really are. But um, I wish was just the record control that aspect as much as you want to, as much as you want to, as much as you would like to think that you have that much control. Ultimately, God is the designer. You know what I mean? We just meant to just make the right decisions. Now, I'm not trying to say like we're part of some cosmic gag reel. You know what I mean, or something like that. But
Feels like it
at the same
sometimes though.
time, yeah, it really does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it really does feel like feel like we're part of something we can't control. But I think that to a large degree, we're not supposed to control it.
Right. So it's just supposed to just flow. And that's kind of like the way the song is. Like I mean, it's like you met. first sight, but you didn't know what was going on with her on her end. So it's like, what do you do?
Well, yeah, and then it's like you got sympathy, but at the same time, you still can't help but to think about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So,
It's like
so you like you're
you
selfish
still
in a
can't
way
help but
too.
to think about. I mean, come on, you can't think. I can't help but to think about you. Yeah.
Oh man. So it's like, so what do you do? It's like, do you be selfish or
Uh, that's kind of a hard call because a lot of times, I mean, a lot of times we just really want to take care of, what we want. You know what I mean? Take care of the things that we want. A lot of times, though, when well, as I've heard it said, as I've brilliantly heard this said, a lot of people are trying really hard to keep things together that God Himself is trying to break apart.
right.
So,
But
hey, she's back.
at
There
one
she is. There she is.
I'm trying. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I just heard that.
God, this is
I
not
just heard
okay.
that. Now I need to know. I need to know the miracle that you worked to get that popping.
Listen, I shut down and everything. I was like, this got to work. Like, we got to get back. So I'm
Okay,
sorry.
yeah,
I missed it.
I'm
Where we
sure.
at?
Yeah, I'm sure it was something small, but I'm glad I'm glad you could get it working.
Me
Because
too.
like I was just just telling Latifah that a lot of people really missed the point of I Wish. Uh, it was really a song that it just was really about you not being able to control, who you fall in love with.
And it
You
absolutely says that. You know what I mean? In that song, it does. It really is like that. Like you really can. And people be like, this person been with this person for 20 years and they love them, and then they meet somebody on the fly, and now they don't know what to do because
right?
they're being drawn to that person. So what do you do in that situation? In this situation, it seems like she was really drawn to you, but she
Yeah,
decided, which most people decide, to stay for the
yeah,
family. Like a lot of people make a decision to stay for
yeah,
their kids in unhappiness or whatever, right?
yeah. I mean, it's hard to know. It's hard to know all the time. It's hard to know the right thing, especially when you're dealing with issues with young people. You know, it's easy to
yeah,
get pushed into a situation.
And I guess I missed the part. So did you write this or someone else wrote it for you?
Mike City actually came up with the record, and I'm just a co-writer on the record. Actually, you know what I mean? Because it was actually my situation.
So it
Um,
was your situation in real life.
but yeah, it was something that I actually went through in
Oh,
high
okay.
school and in high school. And
In
to be
high
perfectly
school.
honest with you, yeah, and to be perfectly honest with you, looking back in hindsight, you know, I didn't have no business even going through that in high school. I was way too immature, to involve myself in anything like that. As soon as I found out, I should have been like, oh, okay, well, you handle that. You go handle that. Right?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got a
wait,
timeout.
wait,
The
What?
wait.
heartbreak. I
Timeout.
mean, as soon as I found out that she when she came back to our school, as soon as I found out that she had a situation and some kids, I should have right then and there at that very moment I should have given her the two fingers.
In high
I'm
school?
sorry. I'm sorry.
In high
That's
school.
what my timeout is because I got some questions
But
right now.
when you're young, you add emotion to it. Like she
Okay.
left in the ninth grade, came back in the 11th grade with two kids,
Oh wow. Really?
What?
and didn't and
In
didn't let
high
nobody
school.
know. You know what I mean? It wasn't like public disclosure, shall we say?
Oh
you
right.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
This
So it
happened to
was
you
like
in high school. This is
yeah,
amazing.
it's happening. Yeah, it's
This is
happening in high
amazing.
school.
So a girl had
Yeah, it's
two
happening in high
kids in
school.
high school.
After
Yeah,
she came
see,
back.
you think everything when you're young, you think everything is addressable. You think that you're supposed to address every situation. In hindsight, I wasn't even supposed to address that situation. I was just supposed to just be gone.
Well,
That,
no. Apparently you were because look what happened. You needed to experience that to get this. Look, I wish the hit
Listen,
single.
well, here's the thing.
listen.
No, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You. I mean, I don't think it would have changed anything about me having a broken heart. I don't think it would have changed anything as far as that's concerned. But why why wallow around and abuse yourself by being in a by purposely involving yourself in a situation that you absolutely positively cannot change. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, I'm still stuck on the high school thing. Like I'm in all like in high
Oh
school. You had to
yeah,
do,
oh
well, like
yeah.
she
And
said, have that.
to be honest with you, the high school world nowadays is going through deeper
Right.
He froze.
things than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
In
you're
comparison, it's
right.
pretty
You
minor in comparison to what they're going through nowadays.
you're right. But like she said, had that
Exactly.
not happened to you, you wouldn't been able to write that song. Because I know that, like I said, when I said that you
Well, I
like,
think that's what I think. I think the song would have came anyway because I don't think that situation. I don't think me staying or going had anything to do with me being crushed. You know what I mean?
so do you still know this person?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay. So
Definitely.
did anything come of it as you guys got older, or
Oh
y'all just
no, no,
friends?
I'd stay far away.
Look,
I'd
he
stay
learned the
far
lesson
away.
already.
Far
He
I
away.
learned
stay
the
far
lesson.
away. If I'm at the mall, I will definitely.
Salute.
You gonna salute him back
You know what
to
I mean? You definitely,
That's comedy.
Look,
Okay,
he
what
already
verse
learned the
are
lesson.
we?
So that's
Right.
what it was.
What verse we on? Come on, where we
We're
at?
on segment 3 on that. Go
3.
ahead with
All
You know,
right.
that.
that's how I greet all my exes.
That's how you
Oh, well. Like
That,
this?
that's how I greet all my exes.
so you shout him
For
out
real,
like,
every woman I've ever
okay.
Oh, man.
He
salute.
crazy.
With the salute factor.
You
Oh.
salute him?
Well, nah, we not coming in a certain
Look, definitely on some 50 feet.
Back. 50 feet. Listen, he was already quarantining. You need to be 6 feet away from me, ma'am. I don't
We
know.
ended up even salute. Yeah,
All right.
Oh,
We're gonna get into verse
I
3.
guarantee you. I guarantee you, you'll change the complexion of how you relate with anybody if you just hey.
That's some petty shit, sir. That is petty. I'm just gonna go ahead and say what that is. That's petty.
Nah, it's not. It's the age. It's the COVID age.
It's the COVID. This
It's
already
how.
we was coronavirus in
It's how
before
we have
COVID.
to.
in the
Or
90s.
let me guess. Let me
In
guess.
the
Okay,
90s.
so you'd prefer Wakanda. Okay, Wakanda. Wakanda. We'll change that
So you're not gonna salute, you going with condom.
to Wakanda forever. Okay, Wakanda for.
That's still petty, sir. I don't like that doesn't change the pettiness of it all. It really don't. Sorry.
It's all
Uh,
good. Let's go to
so
3.
let's get in 3. So 3 says maybe in another life things could be the way we
Yeah, I
both
know our
desired.
level. Our level of yeah.
It's a catch-22. Either way it went, someone had to lose. And I wish I never met her at all, even though I love her so. She got love for me, but she still belongs to someone else. And I wish I never met her at all. That's just basically a hook. So I'm not gonna keep singing that. So
Maybe
in this
in another life.
oh wait a minute. Let me turn down. Wait, do that again. um
Huh?
so she belonged to someone else. So when she came back from high school and all this was going on, she had a boyfriend. So she wasn't just like
And
a
she had
A
a
situation.
baby daddy.
She had a
She
baby
had
daddy.
a baby daddy,
Oh,
a
okay.
BD.
A BD.
She had a BD, a whole BD,
A whole BD, he said.
a
I
whole
feel it. A
BD. What's up
whole
with that?
BD. Uh,
Whole baby daddy
a,
in the
a,
picture,
she had a baby daddy of 2. Like, girl, in high school, like, oof, wow.
looking at me up and down like, who
Like
this?
you look like a whole snack, and he looking like who this guy? Where he come from?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but wait.
Who
Okay,
this
but wait.
woman?
Okay, but wait. Okay, but wait. But what happened prior to? Like, you guys saw each other, you met. So what happened right, then? Like nothing happened, or it's
I
just
mean, I guess we saw each other, and some old sparks flew and whatnot, and then I guess I was made to believe, hey, I guess we back on our thing, just like we was before. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? Like I definitely noticed the physical changes. Like you know. Yeah, I definitely noticed though there were some physical changes, shall we
So,
say?
so,
okay.
so,
Look,
so her
look,
hips
look,
got
look,
big,
look.
her breasts got bigger. Like, what was the physical changes? Like,
You
I'm
know
just
what I
trying
mean?
to be clear.
No, I'm just saying, when you you leave and you skinny, you know what I
Right,
mean? So
Like,
it's
she came
right.
like
back quick.
it's
She came
like
back quick.
it's like I heard what's my man's name? Cat Williams. I heard Cat Williams say that. You know what I mean? It's only two ways.
You was
You can
small
see
and
them.
got big.
Yeah,
You
it's
was
only two
big and
ways you
got
gonna get them
small.
tag. You gonna get them tiger stripes. Either you were small and got big, or big and you got small. You know what I mean? You
That was
you
just
leave
like him
you
though, like
you
for
leave
real.
skinny and you leave skinny without the tiger stripes. And then you come back, you still skinny with the tiger stripes.
It ain't like something happened, right? This government, something happened. You side eyeing that.
Hey, it could have just been life. She could have just, she could have been eating all summer.
Nobody live
Something,
that hard, baby.
Nobody lit up.
Nobody
she could
live
have been
that
eating all
hard.
summer.
Listen,
Oh,
Barbecues.
oh, you
I
think?
lived that
Oh,
hard.
you think? You think? You think?
He could have been eating McDonald's 25 cent
Y'all
burgers.
funny. Y'all something. Y'all two something else.
She could have been eating
Y'all are
Ribs.
what we got going on in the group, La.
Ah, so so they're asking in the group, love at first sight. Like, is that actually possible, or was it lust?
How he breaking up?
Is it? Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, you breaking up, sir.
Like, it's his fault now. Like, you better not be on Wi-Fi.
It sound like it. Yeah. So yeah. You gotta move, sir. If you can hear us, you need to move just a little bit, or hopefully you are connected to your Wi-Fi. It's something going on now. We can't even ask you no questions.
But anyway, so that's what's
Besides
going on in the group.
what else is happening?
Yeah, they're asking like,
there you
love
go.
at
There you
first
go.
Right,
sight.
yeah, you was sir,
Wait, we
you
got a question. Hold on, we
yeah.
got a
Yeah.
question. Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
That's why you
Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. Okay. So so basically, you're telling me to get my 5G on right now.
I'm saying you in the background looking like Teddy Riley right now.
Hey, Carl, get your 5G popping.
You like Teddy Riley right now. We're gonna hashtag you Teddy Riley. You having so many different
Look, no,
Nobody,
we not. No, we
nobody
not.
looks like Teddy Riley.
I didn't say look
No
like. I'm
one.
No,
talking
yeah,
about
we not.
There,
It's all good.
there is no comparison. There's
there's
no
no comparison.
comparison to what happened that night. But
Okay, so the
Okay,
group
so
wants to
that
know.
question in the group was love at first sight. Can that really happen, or was it really like lust?
I mean, I think that it has to be possible. It has to be something possible. It has to be, because most of what we know about relationships we've made up. Anyway, we've made it up. It's made up. If you ask someone, all you have to do is just start going, okay, and before that, and then before that, and then before that, and then before that. All you have to do is just keep going backwards, and you'll find out that most of what we know is just created in someone's mind. There was no time. There was no time when the laws of the world were made, and then the time of the laws of the world being made is over now, and here are the laws for the rest of existence.
So the
Right.
answer is yes, he believes in that, guys. That's what I got. He
Yeah,
believes
long
in
it's
love
got
and
to be
respect.
possible. It's got to be possible. If is it possible to hate somebody at first sight?
It to
Of
me it's
course it
energy.
is.
It's energy.
It's
You can
energy.
do
Yeah.
Of course
you
it
cannot.
is. So that means you have to be able to love somebody from first sight.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
has
Right.
to be. It has to be possible.
I agree. A
And then also,
possibility.
everything is not forever. So, I mean, stuff can happen. Stuff can happen in relationships
Beloved,
where
only energy is forever. That's it.
that
The
part.
the mass that it took to make up your weight, body, and density has existed since the beginning of time. You know.
Exactly.
So this is just a consciousness. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
That's
Right.
all. It's
We're all
just
in soups.
I
yeah.
agree
It's
with that.
temporary. Every relationship in your life is temporary. Every bond you have,
Exactly.
it's a temporary bond. It's we pay so much attention to the avatar that we forget that
Right.
we are the observers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right. No,
that
because
got
like you said, every relationship, whether it's boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, every relationship is something that you're supposed to learn something from it. It's an experience. You're supposed to learn something from it. Whether they,
Agreed.
in your life for a year or 2 months or millions of years, it's a lesson that you're supposed to learn.
Agreed.
I agree. I totally agree.
Totally
Um,
agree.
I wish
So,
definitely was that thing. You know what I mean? And I think it's a Jay-Z song or something, and he'd be like, "I wish I never met her at all." It
yep.
just like that's how you know. Like, how did you feel when you heard that Jay-Z song when he shouted out a whole line from your song? Like he's like, "I wish I never."
I
Like
mean,
Jay-Z would be
I
more
mean,
like,
I
yeah.
knew about the record. He actually called me up and told me that he was doing it. I knew about the record. I thought it was really flattering. Jay Z has always been one of my biggest supporters. You know what I mean?
That's
He
awesome.
he he believes in the foundation of a first album, and he told me one time we were at a club one night. He told me, he said, "Yo, man, you lucky that you have an album like that. That is the foundation of your career." I'll never forget him telling me that. Because I thought about it, and yeah, he was right. To be able to reach that far, you know what I mean, with your first effort, it's definitely really different.
Listen, 20 years
Right.
ago,
Yeah,
But
that album was
yeah,
everything 20 years ago. Like even now, I'm not saying that it's still not, like I still listen and it's remarkable. Like, you know what I mean? Like you are one of the true R&B legends, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And
I know everybody probably wondering whether this black stuff this guy's drinking,
I
but
was just about to ask, is that
it's
charcoal?
chlorophyll.
Oh, chlorophyll. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome.
just drinking liquid chlorophyll, trying to
Yep.
trying to put some
Had some
oxygen in the
earlier.
bloodstream. You know what I mean?
I dig it. I'm
Yep.
with it.
Had it earlier today.
I'm with
Yeah,
it.
But look,
definitely.
so definitely. So actually it's the 20th anniversary of the Emotional album. April 18th was the 20th anniversary. So how do you feel about that? Like 20 years.
I'll just honestly, I feel grateful. I'm definitely not going to make more of it than I should. I'm not going to make more of it than it really is, but it's definitely a benchmark, for me to just be thankful. You know what I
Right.
mean? To just be thankful, be grateful, and that is I mean, that's the best way that I can think of it. The feeling that I get. That morning. That morning I woke up and I was really, really heavy. You know what I mean? Just praying and thanking the Creator, thanking God. Now you got to understand when I say God, I don't mean some
Yeah, I already.
some big mystical magical,
Like something's coming
but
out of you.
I simply mean architect.
Right.
Yeah, I simply mean architect when I use that
The
when I
archetype.
when I use that word. But just so grateful and thankful that people would think enough of me to still have me around, this long.
Definitely.
And it really means a lot.
Listen, you
Really
are.
means a lot
You're the
because
culture.
well, we have adopted a quantitative nature, and as a result of uh, developing a quantitative mindset, we have backed off of quality,
Man,
somewhat, because you can't really hold those two energies at the same time, quantity and quality. Something's
listen.
always gonna go wrong.
The 90s were like, listen. I don't think we'll ever have another R&B
And
era.
and what's really crazy is that how people feel about the '90s. I just don't feel that way.
You
I
don't
just
feel
don't
that
feel
much.
that way about the '90s. I feel that way about the '80s and the '70s.
Oh
You know what I
well.
mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
Musically,
yeah. Oh, old school.
Oh
musically,
yeah.
from a musical standpoint, hasn't the '90s or the '80s hasn't been able to touch what happened in the '70s in the 10-year
I,
span of the
I
'70s.
totally agree with that because that old
Yeah, yeah,
like we
yeah.
did.
But that opened the door.
What
People
was
are
the song that
talking
we
about the
did?
'90s in the manner that they do because
It was our generational era.
it's easier to be relative. You know what I mean? But as far as what was going on in music, what was introduced to the world in music, nothing has really come close to what happened to black music in the
So
'70s.
so we want to talk about like the Faith Evans song you did with that like
Can't believe,
yes.
That was
can't
Yes.
believe,
a
can't believe.
joint.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. How was that? Like
I
how
mean,
did you guys come up with that? Like did she hit you up and say, "Hey, I
it
got
was
this"?
well, truthfully, can't believe was supposed to be a remix to Emotional, initially.
It
Hmm.
got
It,
some it got a feel of emotional. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the song
yeah,
was
it was
kind of
supposed to be the
emotional.
remix of Emotional, and a few things happened politically, what have you. I went with another mix, and we still wanted to use that, and then Faith recorded her part on it, and it really came out really good. And then they gave it to me, and I recorded my part, and then we both came back on the ad libs later on, and it was just one of those things. It was just one of those things where it was intended for one thing, and it ended up being used for another thing, and it still ended up being successful and still
Huge.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
managed to
yeah.
make us both a lot of money. So
Yes, that was
cool.
crazy. That part, the money part, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
like that part. So one question. So in the group, they're asking, how did you get signed to Bad Boy? How did that happen?
Actually, it actually happened one night at open mic. I was actually, in Manhattan, um, and it was like right place, right time sort of thing. Puff came through. I
Right.
was on stage at the time. I didn't even really see him come through. I seen him when I got off stage, and when I got off stage, I went to go sit back down at my table, and he sent a little note to my table on a napkin through a waiter. You know what I mean? And
Wow.
he was like, "Yo, meet me over by the kitchen." So here it is. We having this. So here it is. We're in this kitchen at this restaurant, and there's people all around us. You know what I mean? slinging chicken and salmon and peas and corn and all types of busboys and waiters, and we just sitting there having a 45-minute conversation about music. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Our first conversation was crazy because it was it wasn't even like we was in the middle of a cabaret or a club or whatever. It was like, hey, so we in this kitchen at this restaurant and we going, yeah, you like Stevie Wonder too? Man, I love Stevie Wonder. Man, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, hey man, y'all can really talk about this somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
In the
It's
kitchen.
like we trying to run a business here.
Yeah, you trying to run a business. Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all talking about Video Soul, Donnie Simpson. Yeah.
I'm talking about y'all want to be
But
Nick.
yeah, it was a really organic that conversation right there just kind of made me feel like, no matter what it was, I could talk to him about it, and he just seemed to musically get it, man. There's a few things musically that I would bring up to Puff that he wouldn't understand, or if he didn't understand it, he would come back later with the information needed. You know what I mean? Really, really research type of dude. Like, I'm not sure. I can't prove it, but I think he had Google before everybody else did. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's possible.
I think Puff had Google before anybody else did, because you know what I'm saying. He do his research and come back with that information. Like, hey, well, okay.
Right. So
I
how
got the
long after
information
that
now.
combo did you get signed?
It was like about maybe we negotiated for about a year. You know,
Mm.
we negotiated about a year.
And then,
You know,
how long did it take you to record Emotional, the whole album?
about another year. About another year. And rightfully so, because during that time, a lot happened. Um, Big was killed, and everything
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
sort of had to be, you know,
Ah,
restructured, shall we
yeah.
say?
Right.
So a lot happened, and everybody went through a whole lot of changes at that
Right.
time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The
Kim Kim
whole
Kim releasing her debut album. Um,
Mm.
a lot happened. A lot happened.
that's still awesome. 1 year. That's like you just went in there and just laid it down and was like, all right, y'all, I'm done. Just let's put it out.
Or did you have all these
Yeah.
tracks before? You had
No,
tracks
no, no,
before, like
no,
you went in the
no,
studio,
not at
or
all. I mean, I did come in with I come in the situation, with a lot of preset ideas that, I think, "Lady Lay Your Body" was probably written maybe. I think I wrote that song maybe 2 years before Bad Boy. You
mm.
Mm.
know what I mean? Yeah, I think I wrote that
So
record
Now,
that
maybe
too.
2 years,
my favorite
maybe.
outside of I Wish is Summer Rain. Like,
Yep, I was just about to say that.
how,
Mm-hmm.
like, what did you write that? Did you write Summer Rain too?
Summer Rain. No, Summer Rain was written by DJ Rogers Jr.
Mm.
DJ
That song makes me happy for whatever reason. Keep going.
Soul Superstar.
Oh,
We can't see you. I can't see you.
yeah, I
Can
can't
you hear
see you.
me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you,
can
but
hear
we
Can't
you
see
can't
though.
me.
see it.
Hold on here.
Yeah, that Summer Rain song is dope.
That's
But
Summer Rain
also,
make me feel good. I'm sorry.
look, Hey Now. Woo.
Uh, right. Anyway, where you go? He done left us.
Okay, I don't
Nah,
really know what's going on with this, but
he trying to fix the
okay.
camera.
Okay.
I mean, we can't see
But
you,
no,
but we
okay,
can hear
look, we
you.
can hear you. So yeah, so you had several hits. One including Summer Rain, I Wish, and Emotional. What is the one thing that you remember most about those songs, though?
I think that you know
Nope.
those songs, I kind of had to. I didn't really see what the album was gonna be like until the group of the songs were. there. You know what I mean? So I got that opportunity to see what that was like, and you know, I knew I had something. You know what I mean? You don't really, a lot of times, you don't really know. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh, look, Wi-Fi is.
completely.
All right. Well,
So what else is going on in
look.
the group? What
All
y'all
right.
got?
No, so in the group, oh well, Travis was saying that people slept on "Make It Right." No, that's a joint too. That song.
Man, the whole album. How do you sleep on it at all? Like you gotta.
Right.
It's legendary.
Legend. It's a classic. Like it's part of urban culture. It's straight classic.
It is. It is, and for us to even be able to have him on this show, even talking about it, is like we talking to a legend. Like how do you
All
do
right. Especially that backstory. Like who? High school?
it?
Really?
High school. Nobody would have ever thought. I'm thinking like, bro, like you grown. You talking about high school? Wait a minute. She came back. She left in the ninth grade and came back in 11th grade with 2 kids. Like so, she had a kid every year. Wow.
That's crazy. No, yeah. As you say, oh here he's back.
Hey, hello, hey. All right,
Hey,
all
you're
right,
back.
all right.
Hey, I hope you're not wired. You wired now? Are you wired?
No, I'm still
Or you
not wired.
turned your
I
Wi-Fi
had to
on?
change my location. I
Oh.
had to change my location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But a lot of times, what I was saying about the album is a lot of times, you know, you really don't know what you've got until you have maybe you get like over halfway done with the project, you know, and then you'll really kind of know what it is if you have something special or not. I just know while I was recording the album, you know, it was like Andre and Puff and Russell and Leor and all these guys would be out in the Hamptons, and I guess the weekend was the time for them to, you know, kind of show off what they working on or what they making money on or what music they have and whatnot. So I know that my songs were used as ammunition by Puff and Dre. Like, yeah, this is what we working on.
Right.
This Carl Thomas thing, you know what I mean, like that. So, but
We
you know,
talking
what's crazy is that small things like that, you know, go a long way, went a long way in prioritizing my album in the company. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
right.
Yeah, making it a priority. And to be honest, it somewhat became a priority after Big's album was released. You know, after
Mm.
Big's album was released, then um, my album or completing it. You know,
Listen, Bad Boy got them legends. I ain't gonna lie, sir, and you're one of them. You know what I mean? They got those legends over in Bad Boy. So
Exactly.
so when everything was said and done, and the fame started to hit, like how was that? Like when you did, was there a moment where you were like, well, damn, I'm famous? Like and the
yeah,
fans.
but that moment, yeah, 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 there was that moment. I didn't really realize it, you know, until um, I was on the road and stopped at a rest area, and I was in the bathroom using the bathroom, and someone came banging on the door. Some girl came banging on the door, going, "Are you Carl Thomas?" And I really wanted to tell her, like, this is really not that moment. This ain't that moment. But then
Yeah.
it really hit me, you know. She started saying things that I've heard people tell other artists. Oh my God, I love everything that you do. I follow you. I was like, what? You love everything that I do?
Following you into the bathroom, clearly.
You know,
Yeah, clearly in the bathroom.
yeah.
So
So in
you at
the
that moment you felt that okay, this is real. I have a fan base and all of these things. What was your favorite thing about when you were on tour? Like what was the most memorable moment, or what city were you in where you were like, man, this was it, like it was everything.
Somewhat that was somewhat of a blur to me because, you know, the record took off a lot faster than any of us intended. So I spent a great deal of time chasing chasing that record, chasing my own single. So, a lot of it was just a blur, of just different cities and, you know,
Where
Tour
are
life.
you from?
The tour life.
initially, yeah, I grew up in Aurora, Illinois.
Illinois.
I grew up in Illinois. I grew up right outside Chicago. And, but I ended up having to leave there as a teenager.
So do you show
And,
out harder when you in Illinois doing shows? Do you go harder because that's your hometown, or do you just be like, well,
because my friends are still there. The friends that I had, when I was young in school, they still mean a lot to me right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they still mean a lot to me, and we care a lot for each other. We were all, kind of close knit.
so y'all had a ball out party when you got all rich? You was like, yo, it's on me. Turn
Oh no, I'm just not that. I'm not that type of. I'm not that type of individual. You know what I mean? I have a different. I've always had a different concept of what rich is than a lot of other people. You may look at me and my life, and you may think that I'm rich. You know what I mean? But I don't think that I'm rich. I think. I think Usher is rich.
Okay, so
A lot
look.
of people, you know,
So
yeah.
in the group they're asking, was it hard to work with Stacey Dash?
Nah, no, it wasn't hard, to work with Stacy. We didn't really talk a lot. We joked, had a few jokes here and there and whatnot. Um, I didn't really see she wasn't a reflection of her foolish self then. And
Oh,
so we said.
okay.
So yeah,
Nicely
so
said.
at that time, I mean, like I said, at that time we didn't know. Black America,
Right.
we didn't know. Hey, eventually, thank you for letting us in
let
on
us
that.
know. Good looking.
Right.
Thank you for letting us in on that, Stace. We appreciate that disclosure right there.
All right. With that being said, another question in the group, they're asking, where did you learn to sing? Like, did you always knew how to sing, or was
Oh,
it a background,
I think,
church, whatever?
I think it was, I think it was just kind of being really, really competitive in my house. Everything was really competitive there. I'm the youngest of all the siblings there, and like I said, it was just really, really, really competitive. All my siblings, they all sang, but me, I just kind of looked at TV real different. They looked at it as entertainment, and I looked at it like, I could do that.
There we go.
It's raising my mark. All right, yeah, he'll come back.
So what else we
All
got?
right, so else in the group.
You just don't want to talk to
So okay.
me all day today. I feel it. The hour was too long. That's what's happening.
Huh?
That's the hour was too long. He's like, I listen, y'all gotta keep going in and out. Like the hour is too long. Their time is up. We still got 6 minutes, sir. We still got 6 minutes. What else we got?
You are
All right,
hilarious.
so another question is another question is, since you're on that chlorophyll, so like what's going on as far as like how do you stay, healthy and stuff like that? What are you doing to stay
I
youthful?
mean,
Because you're
right now, in spite of, in lieu of everything going on, um, I'm taking thousands of milligrams of vitamin C every day. I'm taking, about, you know, 20,000 ICs of vitamin D. I think I'm taking zinc every day.
yeah.
Uh, I'm taking black seed oil every day.
Oh yeah, black seed
I take
definitely.
turmeric every single day. Um, I take,
Are you a vegan?
liquid oxygen. I do liquid oxygen every day, just as well as the oxygen gas. You
Are
know what I
you a
mean?
vegan?
Because I think COVID-19 is, whatever it is, it just seems that, oxidizing the cells
Definitely.
seems to help that. Seems to,
Are
You
are
know, and
you
that's with all.
are
combat
you
that.
a
Yeah.
vegan, vegetarian? What are you? Do you eat meat?
No, no, no. I'm not. I just pick and choose when to eat meat, and when not to. I kind of found out that, in Africa, interestingly enough, they pick and choose which meal of the day to eat meat with. Say, like, if they have it for breakfast, they do not have it for lunch and dinner. And,
Right.
if they'd have it for dinner, they don't have it for breakfast and lunch. So, again, if you research a lot of our habits and things that we're used to doing, you'll find out that somebody just really made it up. The mere fact
Exactly.
that, so we feel, we have been made to feel like every meal requires meat. Every time you sit down to eat, it requires some type of meat, and people like to use that excuse as far as getting protein, but all you getting is regurgitated protein, because you eating the protein that the animals ate, and you
Pretty much.
eating the animal
Oh,
stuff
there
that,
it is. There it is.
I mean, just keep it real. I like being a savage. I like eating shit that bleeds. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot, and what keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Cause
Hey,
that, cause that whole protein thing. I mean, I've been plant based since '08, and the whole protein thing is a myth. Your body produces
it's a
protein.
ridiculous argument.
It is so
It's a
ridiculous.
ridiculous
It is.
argument. Yeah, 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 yeah. The real protein comes from the greens of the earth.
Okay, next question in the
But
group. Everybody want to know, are you single?
Am I single?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why, you got somebody for me? You trying to hook me up?
look,
Yeah,
What's going
hell
on?
we
What's going on?
yeah. Hell yeah. Let me get your phone number. What is it?
What's
Let me put
happening? I
it
mean,
in my
what's
contact.
happening? You know?
Let me put it in my contact. Like we'll talk after the show. We'll talk after the show.
Okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? We on quarantine. We might have to get together and watch Martin or something.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
You know what I'm
look,
saying?
you about to have everybody hitting your inbox.
No, I'm not either. I'm turning that joint off. No, I'm not.
They're gonna
Yeah,
be like, oh shit.
but I definitely wanna just, I would feel wrong, if we are having a good time here and we're laughing and talking about a lot of good history about music, but I need to say this, that it's really important for people to really use their heads when it comes to this COVID-19 thing. I myself have personally lost 8 individuals that I know,
You said
Mm.
and we're 8, you know what I
wow.
mean, and we're close to. So it's not a myth. You do die alone. If you go in the hospital with this disease, it's 50-50 that you'll ever come out again,
Right.
you know.
Mm.
And you know what I'm saying? That's so
Definitely want
please,
everybody to be
please
out there.
understand that the country opening back up is for monetary reasons. It's for
That's it.
monetary
Right.
reasons.
They
You
just
know,
letting you know what they're saying is
when the
we,
tire
we got
when the
we got
tire met the
ICU
road,
beds.
when the tire met the road, they chose the economy over people.
Right. What
So
they're letting you know is they got more hospital beds for you guys. Like they're not it's not over. They're just saying that if you get sick, we got somewhere to put you now.
well, I'm just saying, like, what sense does it make? I mean, you can use your own head and do your own math. They don't have enough tests, or they don't even have an adequate testing system. But they got
Listen, the
over
human race
five.
is
But
not the humans at all.
they got over 500 million body bags, though.
Right.
They got
The
that
human
for you.
race is not about humans. It's all about money.
Well, I mean, I think one of the most evil things to ever come about this earth is something called human resources.
That part.
You know what I mean?
That part.
No,
Yeah.
you like listen. I'm not even gonna play with you how funny you are, but
Look,
listen.
that's a whole
Yeah,
nother
you know what I
show.
mean. We were never meant to be batteries, y'all. We was never
We had
meant for that.
Exactly.
listen. We
Yeah,
could talk about so many things, and we will get off
Yeah.
absolutely,
that
absolutely. But I want to thank y'all for having me on
for
this
sure.
Well,
Sunday.
thank you for coming
You,
This
on.
Sunday, you know
wait.
what I mean.
Give me like 10 more seconds because I want to ask you one more question that I
Oh
know everybody.
no, please, by
Are
all
you doing?
means,
Are you
by all
doing
means.
anything new now? Like, what are you doing now? Like, are you still making music? Are you planning on dropping something like?
Actually,
Yeah, cause last year you dropped that single "One with Heaven." So, what?
yeah,
Yeah.
actually, One with Heaven wasn't even my project. How that happened was there is a poet out of Israel, a wonderful woman by the name of Gilda Lapidad. And Gilda,
Mm.
she travels the world with Deepak Chopra. She's been nominated for Nobel Peace Prizes more than once. I don't, a lot of people know. Some people, you get nominated for that maybe once in your life, but to be nominated twice for a Nobel Peace Prize, I think it's really, I think that really speaks volumes. But she put together a project to where a poetry project to where she wanted to partner with American artists, and I heard that poem. The lyrics to One with Heaven is actually her poetry, set to
Oh.
music that I produce.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't even. I mean, Gilda, she loved that song. She loved it so much she paid for a video.
Hey.
Hallelujah.
More coins
She
in
loved
your
it so
pocket.
much. What's crazy is that she had to talk me into shooting that video because I didn't think
Mm.
that. Not to say I didn't think the song needed it, but I just wasn't in the mindset of actually being visual at that time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just wasn't in that mindset. But she had to really talk me into. I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did. I'm glad
Yeah,
she
cause
did
look
because
what
it
happened.
it turned out to be a really refreshing piece, especially to perform live.
Right. So okay. So
So, what's on the horizon?
you are making more music. What are we doing? You touring? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, nobody's touring right
Well,
now.
you know what I mean.
Well, online.
I'm talking
So
about.
you doing live
But I
shows?
definitely am. I definitely am putting together my virtual performances, um, as well as me putting out music this summer. I'm also working on a project that is a 5-song EP. And it's an EP all about the relationship between people and their dogs. So,
What?
yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's a
People are
relationship that because it's a relationship that music has not explored, but the motion picture industry has made hundreds of millions of dollars off of that bond.
Uh, yep,
Between
makes
You
sense.
right.
yeah,
You
yeah.
right.
So what I
Once these
wanted to
dogs
do was
start
marry
dying
my
of
love.
COVID,
Yeah.
we gonna have a Once these dogs start dying of COVID, we're gonna have a cure. Like, don't fuck with the dogs. People don't
I
play
didn't
about
think of
it.
that. Man.
I'm just saying.
Yo, you right.
That's
You
how
let
it
these
works.
dogs start dying of COVID. It's
Listen,
gonna be a
Yep.
cure up in this piece.
that's when they gonna shut this shit down. Like,
It's gonna be a
people
cure in
dying,
this piece.
they be like, people dying. I don't give a fuck about them. Dog dying? Not my cat.
The
Not
dog.
my
Oh
Let me
man.
tell you start
You
dying from COVID. Listen,
You
it's gonna be a
wrong.
cure market quicker than you can say cure. Like, you can't even get it out.
No, look, it's already there. They're just gonna let it out. Like, oh shit, the dogs. We got it. Oh my god.
God have mercy.
You gotta release it sooner, guys. They need the cure
We gotta
now.
release it sooner.
That's exactly what they gonna do.
They're gonna be in the side like,
That's
they got
exactly
cure for
what
that.
they gonna do.
We
Yeah.
feel that way. Listen, we feel that way about AIDS. The only nigga to walk away was Magic Johnson. So we were just like, so he the only one that got the cure. Like, so one day he tested positive. The next day he wasn't. Bro, they had the cure a long time
Oh,
ago.
you are
A
so
long time
wrong.
ago. Hidden.
I'm
You
dead
are
ass.
so
You know that
wrong.
shit.
The safe deposit box.
You
My
don't see
God.
me and say, yeah, I tested positive for HIV. Then it's like a miracle has happened. Magic Johnson no longer has HIV.
My
Hey, it's
Bro,
called
God. But
oxygen.
I
It's called
definitely hope.
oxygen.
But I definitely hope that this situation gets straightened
Oh
out.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know,
Whether I guess
it,
so.
it's probably,
So
it's gonna happen.
so yeah, so let everybody know where they can find you at all your social media handles, everything.
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook at Carl Thomas, of course. And you'll see my New Earth Energy logo by the picture. Or you can reach me at Carl Thomas Now on Instagram. And you know what I mean? I don't think I have a TikTok yet, but I've been really tempted on starting one. You know what I mean? Get a TikTok going. Everybody in the TikTok doing this, doing the
Oh, but
robot and
wait,
all this,
but,
all this.
but wait. There was this one thing though. My friend of mine, Shelly, she said she cannot find your album Emotional on Spotify.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's on there. I don't know. You need to tell her to get her thing together. You know what I mean?
Uh-uh.
Because it's definitely on there.
Check the guy with
It's
go
on there.
internet.
Tell
Check
her
the
to
guy
get it. Tell her
with
I
bad
said get
internet.
it. Tell her I said get your thing together.
Yeah,
Get
get your thing together. You heard him.
your thing together. You know what I mean?
All
But
right.
no,
So
definitely,
yeah, so we definitely
follow
appreciate you
him.
coming on. We love to have you back.
Anytime, man. Anytime, man. You
Next
guys are
time we're gonna
welcome.
do emotional. We're
You
gonna do
guys are
emotional.
welcome. Next time I'll sing a little something for you.
Wait,
What?
you can sing. Hey, you can sing going out.
Next time I
Right?
sing a
Right
little
here in the
something
ear.
for you.
You can sing
No,
going
no,
out. We can hear you in the ear.
I don't think you heard. I don't think you heard the deal. I said next time I'm gonna sing a little something for you.
Oh, next time. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was the deal.
That's the
Okay,
deal.
that's the deal. All
Listen,
right.
your word is
We
bond.
gonna hold you to it.
Hey man, thank
We,
you guys.
No, thank you.
It's been a wonderful hour, and I appreciate it. And
We
y'all
appreciate
look
you.
out for
cool.
me. Y'all,
We
y'all
are.
try to stay as safe as you can. Y'all keep me up in prayer. You know what I mean? And
We are.
I'll
Definitely.
do the
Love and
same
life
for you
to you and
guys.
your family.
Absolutely, thank you. I received that, and that's
And
it.
for anybody that hasn't listened
All
to the
right.
album, go download it and listen to it. And then when he come back, you'll have more questions.
All
Right?
right,
That part.
All
All
right, guys.
right.
Like, we
Peace.
appreciate
Thank you,
it. Have a
Carl.
great day. Stay safe out there.
all right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right, guys.
Look, hey, that was fun.
That was so fun. Like, that was so fun. I had a great time doing that, even though
All
we had all
right,
this.
yeah. So
But
definitely we're gonna bring Carl back. He said he's gonna sing for us. So we definitely hold him to that because it's on video.
it's on. Oh, you on tape.
We
You
got
gonna
tape.
I
You
got
coming
receipts.
back.
I specialize in receipts. So sorry, we got receipts. But no, that was
That part.
our, and I hope everybody even learned a little bit. He said some things that probably people didn't know, which was
Right.
awesome. You know what I mean? And like I said, if you haven't listened to his old album, you probably want to do that because it is a classic. Um,
All of them. Not just emotional, all of them.
the
All
whole
of them.
CD, the
Even
whole CD.
that the third one, Conqueror. Oh,
See,
that's that one too.
go ahead, guys, and show him some support. Follow him, get him some likes and all that stuff that we do. Make sure you follow us, like us. You know what I mean? So
All social media handles,
all social media,
Instagram,
we there.
YouTube, all of
We
those.
there. We
So
there.
definitely start following us on Instagram because we're gonna do something a little different on Instagram.
Yeah.
Not what we usually do here in the group, but we're gonna do something a little different on Instagram. So definitely follow us on there. But on Instagram, we're at the real Vinyl Conversations. So we'll add that in the chat here in the comments, so you'll see that.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna do
yeah,
something
definitely
different on
tune
Instagram.
in. Definitely tune in. You never know what we're gonna do. Never know. Hey,
All
wait,
right,
were those
guys.
spirit fingers?
No,
Were
that's
those
my
spirit
emoji.
fingers? Oh, that's your emoji. Oh, okay. My
I'm doing
bad.
the happy emoji, not spirit fingers.
All right.
What that is.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Bye.